they've eventually arrived. Let's open them up and see what's inside. Hey guys, Rich from Richmond Gaming. Hope everyone is doing fantastically well. And yes, the cards very, very kindly donated to us by Will and the rest of the guys at Adepticon have eventually arrived. Obviously, US to the UK takes a little bit longer than it used to with customs and everything else. But we've got the cards, so anyone that won these cards, I've now got them in hand here in the UK, so they will be getting delivered out. But I thought we would take a look and see what was inside these packs, because the guys were very, very kind and sent me an extra pack over for my own personal collection, which big shout out, huge thank you to those guys. Really, really appreciated. And yeah, love getting my hands on promo stuff, especially when they're US only promo stuff. It's really hard for us to get over to the US at the moment. So Adepticon was a bit of a challenge, but yeah, let's take a look at the cards. Let's see what we've got inside. And yeah, let's compare them to the older cards. And I'll give you my opinion on which one I prefer, the old one or indeed the new one. So let's open these up. Let's take a look at what cards you've got first. There's 10 in total. And then we're going to compare them to the original artwork cards and see what differences there are. Yeah, I thought it'd be a fun little thing. So we've got 10 cards in total. So we've got Avengers Assemble. We've got Crew of the Milano. We've got Daughters of Thanos. We've got Dark Reign. We've got Follow Me. We've got Gamma Launch. Got Lethal Protector, we've got Shush, and then we've got the Age of Ultron. So some really cool cards there. The one that I was most interested in, or the two cards, should I say, that I think I can find myself playing the most are going to be the Crew of the Milano, Follow Me, and maybe Daughters of Thanos as well. I have had that in my Guardians list in the past. But here are the cards. Let's take a look at the alt artwork. So let's start them with Avengers Assemble to give us a clearer picture. So on here then, we've obviously got Hulk in some different outfit. Almost looks very reminiscent to the outfit in Endgame, the sort of quantum suit. We've obviously got Captain Marvel, Danvers. We've got Captain America, Steve Rogers. We've got Thor, and somebody in the background there. I think it could be Hyperion. I'm not entirely sure. But let's compare that to, first of all, so that's the new artwork card. This is the original card. This is the original card that came in the core box. And you see there you've got Hulk, Iron Man, Cap, Thor, and then obviously Natasha Romanoff. So that's the first artwork. So some nice updated there. And then we've got the original promo card that I managed to pick up quite recently, which is pretty cool. So it's Thor holding Mjolnir. I'm not sure what they are in the background. I'm sure chat you can let me know. But yeah, really, really cool. Really, really like this card. I would say of the three, whilst it's cool to get another alt promo card, I still think this is my favourite of the Avengers Assemble card. One thing I did want to check was the little icon on them, because people have said that they have been changing. So you can see these two here had Spider-Man on them, but actually this one has got a completely different symbol on there as well, and that's the same symbol. Oh, no, it is Spider-Man. Okay, so they've all got Spider-Man on there. Yeah, and it's going to be Spider-Man throughout all of these cards as well. So let's take a look then at the next one, and that is Crew of the Milano. And who have we got on here? Well, you can see we've got the usual Guardians of the Galaxy. So we can see Drax, we can see Rocket Raccoon, Star-Lord, obviously Groot there. We've got Nebula. I can't see if Nebula's in there anywhere. But then it looks like we've got an old version of Captain Marvel with the Mohawk. We've definitely got Agent Venom in there as well, and some other characters around the side. So yeah, really interesting. I remember from another video, maybe that was Star-Lord's father. I can never remember his name. Oh, not Star-Lord's father, Cyclops' father. I can't remember his name. But yeah, really, really cool alt artwork. This is the original, which is cool. So you know, it is a nice card. But I am going to say that for me, my money goes on the new card. This is the card that I will be using moving forward. So that earns its spot for me. Do like that card. It's done me well over the years, or over the last 6 months, I should say. But yeah, I think I will be moving to the new all artwork crew of the Milano. Next card up then is Daughters of Thanos, and this is an interesting one that they did, especially with it being a card that isn't used a whole bunch. But from what I can see, they changed it so it is just Gamora that is on there. And I don't know if they're fighting the Chitauri there. It looks like they could be. But nothing else has changed on the card. It's still got that Spider-Man logo in the bottom corner. Here is the original. Now, the one thing I will say is, and what seems to have happened with these new cards is, they've gone from a far less, almost like cartoony style to a far more modern day comic book style. What I will say, however, is I'm torn on this card because whilst I prefer the style of this one, I just think Daughters of Thanos without one of the daughters, unless I'm missing something in here, guys, and let me know down in the comment section below. I can't see Nebula anywhere on that card at all. So I think what I'm going to say is it's a draw. I like this one for the style, but I very much prefer this one for the actual artwork itself. So yeah, undecided on that one. Next up then, we've got another card from the, I believe it's the core box, but Dark Reign. And there are some characters on here that that look, well, really, really cool. Obviously, it looks like we've got a Hawkeye in the bottom right-hand corner there, but obviously this is like a more evil version of them. I'm wondering if that is Green Goblin or Norman Osborn's version of that suit in the top there. We've obviously then got Venom in the corner there, the symbiote suit. I'm not sure who these two are here, or who that is there in the middle, actually. I thought it was Scar at first, but I don't think it is. But it's really, really cool. Over the original artwork here, which is Red Skull, Ultron, and Baron Zemo. I think for me, both the art style and the characters that we've got in there and the style of the card, otherwise I do like the sort of idea of them looking down over the world. For me, Dark Reign wins this one, or the new alt Dark Reign wins this one. So if I do play Cabal, which I have been pondering with the idea of, this will definitely be the card that I take with me. Next up then, a card that I absolutely love is Follow Me. So let's have a look then at the new artwork. So first of all, we've got Thanos front and center. We've got Vision up here. We've got what looks like, I don't know if that, I thought it may have been Hercules at first, but it's definitely not. I don't know who that is, actually. We've then got, is it the Mighty Thor, I think she's called, but basically Lady Thor. And then obviously we have Falcon, or Winter Soldier, Captain America, should I say. We've got Spider-Man at the top there that we can see. And then again, I'm not entirely sure who that is there. But yeah, maybe it's time to do another breakdown cards and see which characters we've got hiding in plain sight. But I really do like this. This is a card I really enjoy and I do play a lot. Versus the original. So the original being Steve Rogers, obviously, with Iron Man in the background. I'm going to say, guys, for me, this one is another draw. I really, really like the newer art style that they've gone for. But I do like this original card. I really, really do like this original card. Even though there's very, very few chances of playing Follow Me on Avengers, going from Steve into Iron Man. I think I do appreciate this one a little bit more, but this is still super, super cool. It may make its way into my deck, more just because, yeah, it's pretty cool to have it. So, yeah, there we go. Let's then take a look at the next one, which is a card that has had a bit of a change lately. So there are some text changes to this, but it is Gamma Launch. Now, I really like this card. I think it's really, really cool. I love the artwork on it, the fact that it's Hulk being completely angry. I just don't know if it fits with what the card does. So let's take a look at the old card, so the old artwork. You know, the old artwork is Hulk yeeting, for want of a better word, Spider-Man up the board. And I think maybe this encapsulates what the card is more. But as I mentioned, this is the first card that we've had here that's got some text changes on there. And the big difference is during Hulk's activation. So this used to be able to be used outside of Hulk's activation, which meant turn 1, you'd be able to throw a character up the board and then activate Hulk afterwards. But the problem here is that you can no longer do that. So it has to be during his activation. So, you know, the old play was you would throw usually a Thor into the middle of the board on Gamma Wave or something like that. Then you'd have Thor on the middle point, and then you could activate Thor and he could do all sorts of shenanigans. But yeah, no longer possible. Again, I love the artwork on this. I think it's really, really cool. But I think this card sums up a little bit more exactly what it is. Next up then is the Lethal Protector. And again, the artwork on this is really, really good. I really like the idea, the sort of night setting, stood on top of, you know, what's probably a church or something like that with a gargoyle underneath him. Really, really cool. Really, really like this. No word changing or anything like this. And again, it is in the bottom right corner there, the Spider-Man emblem. Let's have a look at the original artwork then. So this is the new one. This is the original. It's pretty cool. It was, I believe, one of the first cards, or if not the first card, that showed us Nick Fury. We had to wait a long, long time to get our hands on him. But I think for me, both the artwork and the actual picture as well, the final art piece, goes to the new one. Really, really like this. So if I do play Venom, it will most definitely be this card that I will be taking with me. Okay then, second to last card now, and it is Shush. And again, absolutely stunning artwork. Interesting that the Eye of Agamotto is glowing red. Obviously, we're used to seeing it glowing green, but maybe that's just movies versus comic books. But love the way that he's leering over the back of Doctor Strange there. So yeah, really, really like this card. No word changing in there again. This is the original, and again, a little bit more cartoony. Very much evoking that scene from Avengers Infinity War, where obviously Doctor Strange comes up against I think it's Black Dwarf and Ebony Maw, although they don't call him Black Dwarf, I don't think, in the movies. And he sort of encases him in rock, and then he's dragging his body. I think he says that, you know, off over my dead body or something. So really, really like this one. However, for me, this wins out. If in the very unlikely event that I do play with Ebony Maw, this is most definitely the card that I will be taking. And then the last one is Age of Ultron, and this is obviously ripped straight out of the What If, or What If, and also the Ultimate Encounter as well. It looks really, really good. He's got the cape. I've seen some awesome, or some really, really good conversions. I know there's some 3D print models out there as well, but yeah, really, really like this card. Again, the artwork has come on so much. Be interesting to see. Doesn't actually say, they don't state who the artist is on these cards. I'm just going to quickly look back through the other ones, but I don't remember seeing any of the artists on any of the other cards. No, so they don't. So if we look at the original one here, which is pretty cool, you know, it's Ultron holding Tony Stark's. I always like to see it as Tony Stark's severed head, but you know, realistically, it could be one of the Iron Man helmets. But we can see here that we do have the artist's name. So interesting that AMG have chose to not include that on these, but so which is a bit of a shame. Which one do I prefer? For me, it's got to be the new one. This is really cool, but it's very dark. You can't really see much of what's going on. This is just super, super cool. Really like the art style. So yeah, that one gets my vote. Well, there we go, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. Little bit of fun there, opening up the Adepticon card. Some super, super cool artwork. It is really strange that they didn't credit any of the artists on there. I wonder if there's a reason for that. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, overall, really like the new artwork style, I've got to say. Much, much better than the older cards. But there are still a couple of the cards, as you saw, that I still prefer because of the actual images that are on them. And definitely the original alternative, Steve holding Mjolnir, is going to be the ultimate Avengers Assemble for me. That's still definitely the best one. Guys, if you've liked this video in any way, shape or form, leave a like. It really, really does help. And if you do want to support the channel even further, we do now have our Patreon up and running. We've also got our merch store where you can buy a whole bunch of MCP inspired tees. There'll be links down in the description below to that. And why not check out our Discord? It's completely free of charge to join. Over 450 people on there now talking about MCP, MCU, all sorts of things, plus a few other Marvel games thrown into the mix as well. So head on over there and check that out. And guys, as always, it leaves me with just enough time to say stay well, keep safe, and until next time, bye for now.